Hello, I am Harsh Trevedi, the new President and CEO of Shepherd Pratt Health System. So I joined Vanderbilt in 2010. I was recruited at that time to come to Vanderbilt at a time where the psychiatric hospital there was failing. What I mean by failing is I inherited a shop where we had patient satisfaction scores in the second percentile. We had difficulty providing what was the Vanderbilt level of care. We also had about half the hospital that was staying empty. And we had challenges in terms of how we dealt with the community or worked with the community. And over the course of the next 3 years, we engaged, due to the leadership of senior leaders of Vanderbilt, in renovating every single square inch of the hospital, re-engaging the community, building what were a very strong network of associations with patients, families, providers, and then doing things to really improve the quality of care. And so within the first 3 years, we went from being in the second percentile for patient satisfaction to being above 90th percentile and actually achieving top performer status for our 3 of our units. In that time, after really helping to get the hospital to a new place, there was a very big focus on what were we going to do to solve the issues that relate to population health. And so I basically worked with our health affiliated network in terms of thinking about what was our population health strategy for meeting behavioral health needs across the state. And so we were thinking about how do we provide access to the right folks at the right space, closer to home, right level of care, and at the time that they needed it, which is really one of the most difficult things in healthcare across the country. What excited me about the opportunity at Shepherd Pratt was really the long history of providing compassionate, respectful care, but also doing things that have never been done before. And so Shepherd Pratt is very much the gold standard of what psychiatric care should be, both in the country as well as internationally, and as well as it is the place where the most services are provided. So any age group, any diagnosis, any type of treatment, we are the largest non-for-profit healthcare system in terms of psychiatric and substance abuse services. But also at the same time, for me professionally, it is a place where there is a board who understands the importance of what we do, combined with there are professionals who are really the top of their field in all areas and specialties, who then are providing the care that you would want your own family member to be getting. And so if it was your loved one that needed care, in my mind, there's no other place I would send them but Shepherd Pratt. And so as I come here, what I'm inheriting is really an organization that did things like many, many years ago, Dorothea Dix was involved in what we do and really kind of framed what should be compassionate care for patients with mental illness. We are an organization where occupational therapy as a field first got started. A number of the major things that happen in terms of the provision of excellent care for patients, long before there was ever a term of having patient-centered care, we've been doing this since the 1800s. And we've been doing it while providing respectful care for patients with mental illness. But we also do that while including the family in that care, and also doing things that would be the way that we would want for any other medical illness. When we think about our programs at local schools, one of the things that's the most important for us is that we realize that our youth are our future. And when we particularly have kids that are coming from challenging backgrounds, it is very difficult to make the right things happen. And fundamental to that is, as we think about how we can best intervene, our mentality is honestly one where we want to find the kids where they are and improve that entire setting. So there have been previous attempts where mental health services are basically offered in the form of a clinic in a local public school. Well, the difficulty with that is only the child that is identified as having a problem or issue ever sees that clinician. By using PBIS, what is very different is that we actually empower the entire school team to learn how to create an environment that is helpful for the education, training, as well as well-being of everyone in that school. And so it's not simply the fact that you're going to help the one child who's having difficulty, you're creating a situation in which every student in that environment will actually perform better. And what we have found is that that actually leads to less kids who will get detention, less kids that drop out of school, better scores in terms of exams. And what we actually find is it actually creates better satisfaction for the school teachers, but also for all the other adults who are in that school setting as well.